Today I'm going to show you a handheld vacuum stick or a cordless vacuum cleaner. In my channel I have tested quite a few budget handheld vacuum cleaners. Some of them good, some of them not so good. This one here you can get it for around £260, and this is the 40 minutes version. I think they do have one which has a bigger battery pack, so you can last up to 80 minutes or so. A couple of things I'm looking forward to the Shark vacuum cleaner is that they claim that they have an anti-hair rub. So I have a wife and a daughter which both have long hair, and we're constantly fighting with hair which caught up in the roller. So let's do a little unboxing, charge it up, clean the house, and show you guys what it can or cannot do. If you find my video useful, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel and help me grow. Let's open it up and have a look. So first of all, I do like the packaging. You say here Eco Box, 100% recycled. I know some viewers saying, oh, what's the point doing unboxing video and all that. A lot of viewers do want to see what it looks like before they spend the hard-earned. So if you don't like this part, do fast forward. Instruction booklet. Right, I'm going to put all the boxes out here on the table first, and then I'm going to open them one by one. It will be a lot easier. So out of the box you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and each part is kind of covered with some recyclable paper. I think as a company, this trying to reduce plastic, which is fantastic. Well done. So this looks like a main unit. Pull for max power. So the motor is into the housing right here. Battery is already inside. You see that? So you got this is the Shark. This is the Dyson V6 Absolute. It's a fair bit chunkier, and I like the way that they have like rubber feet on the bottom of this, so naturally when you rest it, it wouldn't scratch any surfaces. So that's the straight pipe. So parts of it are aluminium, which is this, and the connection is plastic. Again, it has a rubber feet right here, so when you rest it on the table, it wouldn't roll away or anything like that. Mini attachment, I think. And then you have the motorized head. I have to say this is quite chunky. I mean, if you're used to a Dyson, this actually weighs quite heavy. Front roller, you got the middle roller, and then you got a felt strip at the rear. And note the whole thing is like a mechanism inside, so it rotates. So this brush will rotate the front brush as well. A couple of LEDs in the front, and they go with the open window so you can see what's going on the inside. And in here you have a carrier bag, a flexible hose. I do like the way that everything is paper. It's really good for the environment. Well, not good for the environment, but less impact on the environment. You got all these tiny accessories. So I guess if you want to do detailing works, I mean, I'm quite anal about my car. So, you know, to get between like glove boxes or, you know, the gear stick cover, I think this is very good for that. So this will be very good for, I think, top of the cabinet where the dust settle. I mean, it's not for heavy cleaning, but for sweeping off the dust and then sucking it in at the same time, which is great. You can do a low down, and you can do a high up. Okay, so that's the battery charger. This one, again, another one of my firm favorites. If the front of your Hoover couldn't get into the places, then they got a narrow kind of attachment which goes in there. I personally use that a lot. They do have their own branding on the power adapter. It's a 3-pin adapter. I don't know if you have seen my previous video. I'm really keen on long cable, say about 2 meters. Still going on with accessories. This is a tiny front attachment. Okay, finally, the last piece. So this is a motorized mini head. Yeah, so I guess I now understand why they give you a bag, because you want to put all these things inside this bag here. Let's open up the motorized head and have a look and see what is inside. Okay, so this part is quite straightforward. This just gives you access to the roller. So on the motorized brush, once you open up the 3 plastic tab, then you can take this cover off and you have access to the hole right here. So if anything gets stuck, you can actually remove it. Unlike Dyson, the battery actually detachable from your Hoover. So on the bottom of your Hoover, this is the actual battery. I have a feeling that the 80 minutes version basically just give you an extra battery. I'm sure you can buy this separately. There is indicator on the side right here, so you can tell how much battery there is in there. So there's 3 slots. At the moment it's in the middle. You got options on how you want to charge the battery. If it is the single battery that you have in the machine, all you need to do is plug this into the rear of the vacuum, fading in and out. I think this is quite stylish. Most of the LED display that I have seen usually blink. This is the first time that I have seen one which actually fade. But alternatively, if you don't want to use the machine to charge, for example, if you have multiple battery and you don't want to charge it in the machine, you can plug this in right here. So now the charger is have power on it. All you need to do is take it out of the machine and slot it into one of the 3 slots. Again, you see the fading in and out from the indicator right there. So the main machine, click onto the main tube right here. I have to say this is pretty futuristic. It's almost like a laser rifle or something. So this is the assembled unit right here. I have to say it's quite hefty, it's not light. In comparison with the Dyson V6, you can tell this is a lot more heavyweight. Okay, so this one here is showing 2.3, 2.4 kilos. It is 4.1 kilo. So this is definitely not lightweight. It does look very futuristic and it does look very well built. So to empty the tank, all you need to do is just push the tap on top of a bin and then the dust come out. You can't empty the tank while this is on the stock, unlike the Dyson. The Dyson have a bin open watch on the bottom, so you just put over the bin and pull this. Here there's actually something to stop you from emptying while this is on the stock. So you really need to unplug it from the tube every time before you can empty out the tank. Now inside the tank itself, you've got a metal mesh right here, and it got a clever design like a plastic disc, which is over here to stop the big pieces of debris getting into the wire mesh. I haven't seen this design in any of the Hoover that I have tested so far. It's almost like it creates a separate chamber. Push the button. So you've got setting 1, setting 2. If you pull the trigger, extra power. Now whenever you use extra power, it spins the motor faster, therefore it will drain your battery a bit quicker. 4.1 kilo is quite heavy, but nothing that I can't handle. I'm not sure if my wife will enjoy using a heavy vacuum compared to the Dyson. Okay, so you guys still with me, which is fantastic. This is the footprint. So in terms of in storage, this is how it's going to be stored. It folds over on itself, so the center of gravity keeps it kind of upstanding. Obviously it doesn't have the wall mount like the Dyson where you can click and hold this in place on the wall. But in terms of storage, I actually quite prefer the way that they designed this. So instead of having it on the wall, you can actually put it under the stairs. I mean, in Britain, we have a lot of understairs cupboard, so this can slot in quite easily. So to use this machine, all you need to do is press the unlock button and flip it upright. And the only thing is, once it's upright, there's nothing holding it upwards anymore, so it will tip over. And just be aware of that. So you step on this side of the motorizing head and just pull it backwards, and now this is ready to roll. I'm going to do a cleaning right now just to show you my workshop. I usually hoover it every other day, but at the moment it is quite messy. I do a lot of 3D printing these few days, so there is quite a lot of plastic filament and debris around, so it will be a good idea to give this a quick hoover. I do sometimes cut timber here, so there is a bit of sawdust. Nothing major, just like a normal kind of a workshop thing. Go to set timer. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 8:52 p.m.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8:55 p.m.
So I've been cleaning with this for 4 or 5 minutes so far, and I have to say my arms actually hurts a little bit. Very heavy for a hoover, because you're carrying all the weight on the top right here. I mean, when you switch it on, it does help by propelling itself, so it wants to drive itself forward. But at the same time, you're kind of like fighting the force. The good thing about this is even without turning on the max, is already better than the average vacuum stick. So the suction is really good on this one. When you activate the maximum level of suction, it's actually fantastic. So you're looking at like the sawdust, no problem, it's all gone. Now obviously my carpet here in the studio is the kind of a cheap carpet, so this is kind of the office carpet. So there's not a lot of place where you can trap the dirt. But still, I mean, for just a quick kind of a sweep, I think we did a really good job. The camera in my hand, so let's see if I can do it one-handed and empty the trash can from here. So you have to detach it from the main unit or the head. So let's take it out. So now I have this in my hand. No, you stay there. It's awkward because I'm holding the camera with one hand. Lucky I got a step in. Right, so if I push this tab, hopefully the door will open and all the dirts go inside. 1, 2, and 3. Yep, empty it out quite quickly. Yep, so all the dust in there. So not bad for 4 minutes of cleaning. Yeah, don't meant to do that, but okay, let's attach this back. Sorry if you feel a bit nauseated now because of the shaking, but there we go. Let's test that on the stairs. So actually, all the weight is actually from the motorized head and not the hoover itself. I mean, holding this actually is really light. And the occasional sucking up the spider from using this as a gun is fantastic. It's really light. I don't think anyone will have a problem with this. The main weight actually comes with the motorized head. So this thing is really heavy. So that's why I think a couple of minutes ago when I showed you the attachments, there is one which is tiny. I think that will be more suitable for actually using it around the house, unless you have a big surface area that you need to clean. So if you clean your main room, use this one. But if you're using the stairs or any other places, use the tiny one which comes with it. And if there's one place to test out the anti-hair wrap, it will be a bedroom with all the hair coming out from the dressing table. So hoovering this place and see if there's any hair left in the roller. I have used the hoover for the last 25 minutes and yeah, so suction wise really good. It cleans well, but it's quite heavy. I feel like I had a really good workout in the last 20 minutes. Let's have a look and see what actually it picks up in the tank. They say anti-hair wrap and it's supposed to have a 40 minutes clean time. And I believe they have 40 minutes clean time because out of the 20 odd minutes that I have been using the hoover, and I have been using the maximum a lot as well, and at the moment it's still showing kind of a 2 bar, so I hardly used not even half a tank yet, so I think that can go a bit further. The battery is still new, so in times we will know how good or how bad that tip is. Just take a closer look. So I got plastic sheets here, so I don't really mind, and it's going to get a bit dusty, so I'm going to open it really slowly. Okay, so this is what it picked up on my stairs and my bedroom. And I purposely not purposely, I haven't cleaned the house for over, I think, a week because my Dyson is not really working. So this is how much hair it actually picked up. I really try not to disturb the dust. You see the things I do for you guys, yeah? If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. I will really appreciate it. But in terms of the roller itself, I come close so it will focus on my eye. So as long as I'm in focus, it will see it. So here, it does have a few hair wrapped around the roller, and they are not really tightly wrapped around like my previous hoover. You can actually hand pick them out. So they're not really like tangled up into the roller. But to say it's 100% anti-hair wrap, no, that is not true. But compared to how much it picked up just now and how much actually remained on the roller, I am actually quite impressed. For £260 is not that expensive, but bear in mind, £260 is with discount. Usually I think the recommended retail price is 300 over, but again, I don't know if anyone actually paid full price for this. All my videos so far is about showing you what your money can buy, so you can be the judge. So for really small area, you can actually use it straight out of here, or what you can do is use this head instead. Now this one here is still heavy at the base, but it's very much comparable to my Dyson V6 that we love so much, because this is so much lighter. For the stairs and hard to reach area, or you have to lick it around for a long time, I always recommend just use the small head instead. It makes it a lot more manageable. I mean, I think this is actually cheaper than most of the Dyson that I know. There's other thing which is important, so obviously you have to clean the filter and all that. I'm not going to go through all that boring stuff. I'm sure anyone can do maintenance if you read the instruction. Once again, if you're here until the end, thank you very much for your support. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you more interesting products in the near future.